Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. If you've ever found yourself shouting just to be heard, or explaining yourself over and over, or trying to prove your point with more intensity, more certainty, more volume, then this episode might be for you. Because somewhere along the way, many of us confuse loudness with strength. We learn to associate truth with assertiveness, with boldness, with big declarations and a confident tone. But your true voice, it doesn't need to shout. It doesn't come from your throat. It comes from alignment. It's not measured in decibels. It's measured in peace. The louder voice, the anxious one, the reactive one, the one that argues and defends, is usually not your truest voice. It's your protector. It steps in when you feel unsafe. It steps up when you feel unseen, and it fills the space with sound so you don't have to sit with silence. But the voice that comes from your center, that's the one that we're honoring today. It's quieter, but it's not timid. It's still, but it's not passive. It's the voice you hear when the noise dies down. It doesn't rush in to rescue. It waits. Not because it's unsure, but because it knows it doesn't need to fight for its place. When you hear it, there's no performance, no armor, no urgency, just clarity. It might speak in simple sentences like I'm tired, this isn't for me, I'm not ready, this matters, I want more, I need rest, I love you, I don't believe that anymore. All of these. But that's the power of your true voice. It doesn't raise itself to compete because it isn't trying to be true. It already is true. So much of our lives are lived in the volume of reaction. Social media trains us to speak fast and often. Debate culture teaches us to interrupt. And family systems sometimes teach us that silence equals weakness. Some of us were even taught that if we didn't yell, we'd never be heard. But what if the goal isn't to be heard by everyone? What if the goal is to speak from a place where you can hear yourself? If your truth isn't rooted in fear, you don't need to broadcast it to feel whole. You just need to be in it. The challenge is that the world often rewards loud certainty. But that doesn't mean loud certainty is wisdom. Sometimes it's just fear with a microphone. And the wisest voices, they're often the ones that wait for the moment to be right. They don't interrupt. They don't dominate. They anchor. They say what matters. And then they rest. That's a practice that's worth developing. I'm working on it all the time. So here's today's practice. Something small but powerful. In one quiet moment today, ask yourself what matters most here, and then listen. Don't ask your anxious thoughts, don't ask your inner critic, and don't ask the version of you rehearsing arguments in the shower. Ask the quiet one, the one who never left, the one who doesn't shout because it doesn't need to. That voice might surprise you. It may not give you answers, but it will give you orientation. It will point, not push. It will suggest, not scream. It will say, this is what matters now. And even if the world is loud around you, that moment of clarity will feel like still water. That's the true sign you've tapped into your own voice. Not how impressive your words sound, but how grounded you feel saying them. You don't need to speak louder to live your truth. You need to trust the voice that doesn't need to yell. Because when your truth comes from love, not fear, presence, not pressure, alignment, not anxiety, well then it lands. Maybe not with everyone, but with the ones who need to hear it. It echoes. And more importantly, it heals you on the way out. Speak from there, even if it's quiet, especially if it's quiet. Okay, guys, I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening to me. I love you all very, very much, and you know what I need you to do. Go out and pass that on, all right? Later, Gators. Bye-bye.